Welcome to another episode of I Wonder, Doctor.
Let's talk about the function of the colon and what constitutes a normal stool.
You know, I don't think I've thought about my colon probably at all, and I don't really know if I think about a proper stool other than the obvious ones, constipation, diarrhea.
Good for you. You're not thinking about it. And I want to tell you, there's millions of Americans for sure, and probably people all over the world, who are thinking plenty about their stool. They're constipated, they're not feeling well, they are thinking about it.
Yeah.
The colon is the last 5 feet of that 25 to 30 foot intestinal tube that starts in the mouth and ends at the other end.
Yeah.
It's really outside the body, what's inside the colon.
Yeah.
And it contains about 3 pounds of normal, healthy bacteria. And a normal stool got a lot of bacteria in it. I mean, 55% of the dry weight should be some of that bacteria. Every day you produce that is what's leaving.
Yeah.
And 75% of the actual whole stool should be water. Now, the colon is the great absorber, and the body places a tremendously high priority in keeping the cells in the blood and the water in the cells and the water in the blood at the right concentration. So it's going to rely heavily on that colon. If you're not drinking enough, it's going to reabsorb more and more of the stool water.
It's got to get it from somewhere, and if it's not getting it through the mouth,
That's
it's
right.
going to force it out of the poop.
It's going to absorb it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And so one of the things to look at if your poop is too hard or too dry is, are you drinking enough water? And
Yeah.
we're going to say more about that. And then let me tell you what a normal, optimal stool is. It's not too hard. It's daily. This every other day, every 3 days. I mean, think about it. You're sitting in your bathroom and you're smelling your poop. What a friendly smell for most people and familiar.
Yeah.
And yet there's some chemicals in there that constitute that odor, and that's fine. A nice odor is defined nice. Well, I define nice for myself. I've had a lot of years to figure it out.
Yeah.
But you don't want stool to be hanging out for 2 or 3 days in there, because whatever that chemistry is, and some of it is not friendly chemistry, that's going to get reabsorbed as well.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't sit in your bathroom for 3 days. You don't want the stool sitting in your colon for 3 days. Daily, that's my main message. Or 2 or 3 times a day, sometimes preferable. You want it easy to pass, and you want it to hover beneath the toilet water surface like a submarine. If it's floating on the surface, that usually means there's too much fat in it. Fat's lighter than water. You probably haven't digested your fat well, which means you might not have digested other things as well.
Yeah.
If it sinks like a rock, it could be loaded with too much protein or too much minerals, which means you didn't digest your protein and minerals well.
Got it. So it's floating, but it's not floating at the surface.
Yeah, I mean, this is not high science, but it's an interesting clue. And then, how much? Well, in many parts of Asia, they do 2 to 3 to 4 times as much stool per day. They're eating a lot more fiber. That's a good thing. What is one thing you can do right now? We're going to talk about many things.
Yeah.
Drink the right amount of water.
What is the right amount of water?
Well, it varies person to person. I'm often amused by this. Everyone's got to drink 8-ounce glasses of water per day. No, varies tremendously person to person. Some people handle water really well metabolically. Their needs are not that high. They're getting a lot of water from their food and other sources.
Yeah.
And other people, they do need to drink a lot. Well, here's a couple indicators. Your mouth, your lips, your tongue should not be dry. Your eyes should not be dry. If they're dry, you're a little dehydrated.
Yeah.
And your stool should not be too hard and dry. And your urine, one of the best indicators, should not be too dark. Because if it's dark, it's overly concentrated. Not concentrated urine is real light, straw-colored, almost the color of water.
Got it. So I find the right amount of water I need to drink by looking around. If my pee's too dark, well, that's no good. If my poop's too hard, well, that's no good. Or if my lips or my tongue is dry or my eyes are dry, that's no good. With the simple cure, drink more water.
Exactly. And of course, thirst can be an indicator, but a lot of people have lost their thirst, so that's why I didn't mention it first. But my goodness, if you are thirsty, bravo. You're getting a strong signal to drink water. That's a powerful drive.
All right, great. So drink more water, and then we're going to get into other ways to get our poop to the perfect place in the toilet. in other episodes.
Perfect.
All right, great. Thanks. There are more videos in this series available in our weekly school. Click to join. It's free.